what is the data engineering, and we are learning the DP 203 Microsoft Data Engineering Certification course. As part of the certification course, we started our journey with the first thing, Azure portal how to open and what are the services we have on the board. And in that one of the service we started and we created storage account. And in the storage account, we have blobs, file services, queues, tables, like that. Four things are available. And if you enable the namespace, these blobs will be acting as a data lake storage to support the big data analytics. We are aware of how to create the n number of containers inside the blob. And once we created the containers, inside the container, we can able to create a number of folders. Inside the folders, we can able to keep, inside the folders, we are able to keep a number of files. We can able to keep it and we can able to modify whatever way we wanted. That's what we learned it, right? Now let us go and try to start today. What is the meaning of Azure SQL database and how to create the Azure SQL database and access that one through different tools? Let us go and try to see that one. Let me go to the, anyone has the portal access apart from the what I given sandbox? Did you
Yes,
create
sir,
it
I have.
using only sandbox or other than sandbox you have it?
Like the Microsoft Home portal, I have it. I have access to it. I logged in.
Okay, with student account you logged in, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I can drive from your mission. Please share your screen. I can drive from your mission.
Sure, sir.
I need two browsers. One browser should open my material. Other browser should open this portal. Then you can follow the material by using our portal and all. Yeah, open the two browsers. Yeah, this is our material. Now in that one, go to the notebooks. Yeah, first go to the notebooks. In my material, go to the notebooks. Right. Now in that one, 00 introduction is there, right? Go to that one, introduction. We completed first one, introduction, second, Azure free account, third, storage account we completed. Now fourth, we are going for Azure SQL database. Let us go and try to create the Azure SQL database and also create some tables inside that one. We learn how to query that one, those all things. Yeah, open Azure SQL database, click on that. Fourth one, Azure SQL database. Right, in search box, we are typing Azure SQL under services, click on Azure SQL, like that we are doing it. Okay, next go down, we'll read entire thing and we'll go for the practicals. No, we'll read entire thing and we'll go for the practicals. Now, that is the first point. Now go to the second point, go down, scroll down. Now click on the create, we are going for the resource a single database we are selecting. Then we are creating using our subscription resource group database name we are providing as RRITEC Azure SQL database. Then server name we provided. Login also we needed username and password for this database. We given a admin password as RR capital ITEC small $123. Okay, and we need to make sure one thing, workload environment, that is very important. That is, you must select as a development. There are two options, production and development. If you go with the production, payment will be more. So go for the development so that configuration will be very less and billing will be very less. Now, compute storage general purpose is selected and also make sure as small as possible configurations you selected, like 16 GB of the hard disk is enough for us. Okay, and remaining all options are by default, I think. Then we have to create here thing. The moment you create here database independently cannot create. Database will come with the server. One server will be created, one database will be created. Let us go and try to create this one now. Yeah, go and try to create it. Go to the
Yes, sir.
portal. Go to the portal. Now we are in the portal. Now looks like if see there are no services related to the Azure SQL database is available. Now we'll try to create the SQL databases. So type over there in the search Azure SQL.
Sir,
Okay, like that also can go.
sir, in the last class we created that, right, sir?
You created in the
In
sandbox, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, we'll quickly create in this account and we'll use down the line also this account one will use it.
Okay, sir.
Quickly we'll create it. Click on the create. Right. Now,
So now we are creating in just the portal like the Azure.com websites.
yeah, portal.azure.com. We're not using the sandbox. Sandbox is I given the first day just to understand what is sandbox. Now we are using our own IDs.
Sir, sandbox is something like, is it something like creating an IIM role and something only specific to that environment? And sandbox, okay, it's just like creating another entire Azure portal, but which will be sustaining only for 4 hours. Am I correct,
Correct.
sir? Okay.
Correct. But all the products you may not be able to access through the sandbox subscription. Suppose you want the Azure Data Factory in the sandbox, you cannot practice it because sandbox has subscription is not provided the ADF. Limited services available inside the sandbox.
Got it, sir.
Okay. Now here we need to provide the database name. You can provide as RRITEC, RRITEC, SQLDB, SQLDB. Yeah. Now server you can provide as RRITEC SQL Server.
It is asking to create.
Yeah, create it. Create it. Create it in the next screen. Provide as RRITEC SQL Server. And location is okay. East US by default, all the services we are going to create using the East US. SQL server is not accepting. Capital letters it won't accept. Provide all small. No, not the DB. DB remove it. Only SQL Server only keep it. Yeah. Now in the bottom we have 3 authentications. Azure Active Directory, then SQL and Azure Active Directory, then only SQL authentication. We don't have the Active Directory, so go with the SQL authentication. Select third radio button. Now it's asking the admin logon. Provide as SA admin, SA admin. Then password as RR capital ITEC small $123. You can provide anything basically, but I am following. That is what I am following.
Sir, can I give you names of my own preference or?
Yeah, you can give it, but make sure you are not forgetting that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. My notes always I refer the anywhere password means RR capital ITEC small $123. That's how I follow. Okay. Now we provide the password and confirm password both. Then click on OK. Now it's asking about compute and storage. It's showing as free 32 MB storage. It's showing. Okay. Now bottom we have the geo redundant backup storage. That one change as a local redundant backup storage. LRS. You know the difference between LRS, ZRS, GRS, those things. Now go to the click on review and create.
So there is no need to change that storage thing, sir.
If you want, you can see it, what are the options are available. If 32 MB is okay, less than that, if you want to keep it, you can adjust here. So it's saying as service style is basic level and everything is appropriately it is available. Okay. Now click on apply. Nothing too much to do. Yeah. Now scroll down. Yeah. Click on review create. Yeah, it is already there. Now here, estimated cost per month is $0. Go down. Saying validation is failed. Required information is missing or not valid. Which one is missing? Something is missing. Go to the basics tab. In the basics tab, the server, you have to select it. Resource group. Okay, sorry. Resource group is need to. Yeah. Select the resource group. That's correct.
You,
Resource group.
okay, you want me to create something new, sir?
No. Already it is there, right? Already it is there in the drop down. You use
Like
that.
something that I created on my own. Okay.
No, yeah, that's fine. It is okay. Now click on review and create. Right. It's saying as everything is perfect now. Click on create. Okay. Now it's time to create here. So with this, we are able to create the Azure SQL database. And down the line, if you need any upgrade you required, like you selected only 32 MB space, you want more down the line, we have the freedom to select later point of time also, don't worry. But today we selected like that. Now it is going to create the two components. One is server component, second is database component. Server and database. On top of one server, how many databases you can create? On top of one server, how many database you can create?
One
N number
database
of no.
and
N number of
multiple
database. N number of databases you can create it. N number of databases you can create it. One server on top of it, N number of databases you can create it. Now here also we create one server and one database today, but tomorrow if you want to create one more database on top of this server only, we can able to create one more database also. Okay. Now you can notice first server component only created. From bottom you can notice ITEC SQL server created. Okay, then once it is created in the top, if you see fourth one, ITEC SQL DB, that is created, accepted now. It's about to create now. From bottom fourth one, or top first one, right? So that is creating now itself, accepted now. That means once server creation is completed, then it is going for database creation. Okay, that is the order. Okay, now once it is completed everything, then we are going for the resource and we'll try to see what are the tables are available inside this one, those things. Obviously, we are doing the fresh database, right? Are you expecting any tables inside this database?
No.
No, sir.
No, it is a fresh database. So no tables will be there, no views will be there, no stored process will be there. It's an empty database. We'll go and try to learn how to create one small table. Inside the small table, how to insert some certain data and all. Okay, click on the go to resource.
Sir, I have a quick question, sir.
Yeah,
Can I,
yeah.
is it okay or you want me to ask later?
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
In the top, like for Varun, I see like University of that South Florida thing, right? For me,
Mhm.
it's showing that, and it's showing the some error there, showing restricted tenant.
Maybe you no, you're using student ID or you're using your using credit card you created.
Yeah, using credit card only I created that. I don't have. I'm not a student.
Okay. Now now in the top, what is error showing?
Restricted tenant.
Restricted tenant. Okay. I'm not sure why it is showing. If you are not able to create the SQL server, you mean to say?
Yeah, it is saying you do not have access to any resources in this tenant.
Okay, maybe your credit card amount, whatever available, it is completed. When you created that one, in this account, when you created this
Recently,
account,
like 2 days back when we started our sessions.
any services you created from that moment?
I created just the sandbox which we have used it.
Okay, then it may not be the case. Yeah, we look into it. 9 o'clock is the doubts clarification. 9 o'clock we look into it. Is it okay? I mean to say we have the class by class, two classes. After two classes, I will take it. Is it okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Now we are in the go to resource window. In the top, you can notice RRTech SQL DB. Left side, we have overview. Then you put your cursor also, sir, so that everyone able to follow. Overview, then activity log, then tags. In that one, you see query editor. Query editor is the place where you can able to write your SQL queries. Write your SQL queries and can observe the tables what we have it. Click on the query editor. Click on the query editor. Now it is saying as how you want to log in. So left side you can see SQL Server authentication. Login username is there and password also we have it. Then click on OK. Right. Now click on OK. Now it's trying to log in inside this one. Okay, once it's saying something, right? Scroll down, scroll down. What is saying reason? An instance specific error occurred while establishing a connection to SQL Server. Connection was denied since deny public network access is set to S. Okay, this is a common property. In the SQL Server, we have the access levels. There we can select the deny public service and all. By default is denying actually. So go and try to modify that one in order to access this. To do that one, duplicate this browser. Duplicate this browser. Yeah, or go for the portal again portal. Okay. Now go to our SQL Server resource. Go to our SQL. No, already we have our resource, right? Go to our resource. Go to the home. Go to the home. Home. In the top we have the home. Right. Then you can see here our SQL Server. There is a DB. There is a DB. Don't click on that. Don't click on that. Now, if you are not seeing here, then go to our resource group. From our resource group, we have to target this one. So resource group is UPS-POC we are seeing, right? Click on that UPS POC. Click on that. Under this resource group only, we created our server also. Here you can able to see our server. Scroll down. Scroll down. There is a server, right? ITEC SQL server. Click on that one. Right. Here, if you see left side, there is a networking will be there. Left side. Overview, activity log like that. Bottom networking will be there. Networking, yeah. Click on that. Now here you can notice public network access equal to disable. That is the reason it is not allowing us to log in. There you select here selected networks. In the bottom, add a go down. By bottom we have an option, right? Allow Azure services and resources to access this server. Save it. And also one more thing, add our client is there, right? Add our computer also into the Azure. Click on add our client IPv4. Yeah, now click on save. Perfect. These are the two changes what you must do if you get that kind of error. Now go back to that screen, login screen, other browser. Yeah, now try to click on OK now. So, wow, beautiful. Now you can notice we're able to open and left side you see tables, views, stored procedures. If you expand the tables, are you seeing any tables? No. Views also nothing is there. Stored process also nothing is there. We'll go and try to create couple of tables. We'll create. I have the scripts ready for you. Go to my notes. Go to my notes. Go to my notes. Yeah. If you see the notes, create one table I written, but we are creating three tables. We are creating looks like this is the script. If you see the script right, create table DEPT. We are creating one DEPT table. And also we're inserting some rows, we're inserting 4 rows, we're inserting. Then we're creating EMP table, then followed by salary table. Total 3 tables we're creating, and we are trying to insert the data. In the right side corner, we see the copy button. Click on that copy button so that this code will be copied. Yeah, click on that. Wow, copied. Now go to the screen, then paste here. Control A to select all the code, then click on the run. Now you can see in the bottom, failed to execute query error, incorrect syntax near dots. Okay, okay. That problem is some reason uh, bottom in the bottom. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom. Bottom. Some reason last we got some 4 things right. That remove that one. Click on the results tab. Is it created already? Because it is available last, right? Click on the results tab.
So which one, sir?
Results tab. Result there only in the messages we are seeing the error message, right? Yeah. Okay, nothing is great. Looks like. Okay, select all again and click on run. Failed to execute query. This is already an object named. Okay, looks like already all created. We have the single quotes in the last of the last line of the screen, right? That is the reason, no need to worry, our code is executed. To confirm our code is executed or not, left side we have the tables, right? That screen we have to refresh it. To refresh that in that screen, we have the refresh button. Click on that. Now expand the tables. You see 3 tables over there. Wow, beautiful. 3 tables are available. Clear the screen, right side, whatever we have the code screen, select it all and remove it. Select it. No. Select code, delete it. Yeah. Now type the select star from DEPT. Select star from DEPT. Now run this one. Run it. Now see in the bottom, DEPT number, DNAME, location. 3 columns are there. And you can see 4 rows are available. 10, accounting, New York, like that. Replace DEPT with the EMP and observe the EMP data also. Because we created 3 tables, 3 tables corresponding data, we can able to see it. EMP, run it, we are able to see the EMP data also. Replace EMP with sal grade so that we see the sal grade. Sal grade. 2 times DBO is came, careful, remove 1 time DBO. DBO is a schema name here. Okay, right, now click on run. Now we can able to, what happened? Query selected, affected rows 0, sal grade. Execute it once again. Sal grade. We written correctly. Something is happened. Remove it and once again type the sal grade. Okay. Then something is a problem. Okay.
I think
It looks
because
like.
of that column, that last table was not created properly, or the data was not inserted. I think
Okay. Let us go to the code. Let us observe where the 3 columns are there. Go to my notes. Now slowly. Sal grade we have it. Then insert after we have the last 3 cores. Okay. Copy manually insert statements of sal grade only. Last 5 lines. Yes, copy it. Then go to the screen and paste it. Remove that one and paste it. Execute now. Control A. There are 5 rows are there. Now type the select star from sal grade. Run. Now it is able to create it. So what we did is we created one SQL server. On top of SQL server, we created one SQL database. Inside the SQL database, we created 3 tables. In each table, we also inserted few rows. And we're able to access those rows of data also, we're able to access. That's what we did. Go back to my notes. With this, we are good with the how to access this one, those things. Go down. Now we have the lab 3, that is into lab 3. In the lab 3, login and work in the SSMS tool. Login and work with the SSMS tool. Whatever we are writing the SQL queries is within the browser only we are writing. But that may not be that great or convenient for most of the developers. Most of the times will use SSMS tool. SSMS is a common tool to write the queries against to the local SQL server or Azure Synapse or Azure SQL databases. Most of things we can able to do it. SSMS is a desktop tool. We can install that one in your laptop and you can connect to the Azure services. You can connect and you can play around it. To do that one, first you need to install the SSMS tool by following the URL. Open that.
I have it. I have it, sir. I have
You
SSMS
have it
already.
already? Okay, that is good. If not anyone, there is a URL also I provided. You have to install that one. If you have already, then open this SSMS tool. Then will connect SSMS. Right. SSMS is a simply tool. It's not a database. It's not a server. It's a tool to write your SQL queries more convenient way. Instead of using whatever you're using a query editor, right? You type select star from EMP, something in the one window, browser window. That window is not that great. That is the reason we are going for the SSMS. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But how can we access SSMS from Azure, sir?
No, Azure, in the Azure it is not there. You have to
Okay.
install in your local laptop. You have to install. How to install also? I given the URL. You can follow that URL. Steps are there.
Okay. But
Okay.
if we create in SSMS, how that will affect in Azure is what I'm asking.
No, Azure server details, Azure username, password, everything we are going to provide in the screen now.
Okay.
Okay, now it is asking the server name, right? What is our Azure server name? We have to copy and you have to paste here. Go to your server screen. Yeah. Now go to the next one more screen is there. Go to that screen, ITEC server screen. Go to the overview page, the top overview page. Now in the see overview page, you can notice server name is there. Right side server name. Copy that one. There is a copy button. This are using the server name, we are able to give the handshake between Azure and our local software SSMS. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go to your server. Yeah, paste over there. Here, authentication we have, right? Authentication you have to select as a SQL Server authentication. SQL Server authentication. Then provide your username and password what you given over there. Right. If required, you can click on the remember password so that next time onwards it won't ask you. Click on connect. Now, if everything goes well, you should be able to connect to that one. And left side, you should see databases. Expand the databases. And you see RRA SQL DB. Expand the DB. Beautiful. Expand the tables. Now you can notice there should be 3 tables available already. And you want to know one of the table data, for example, right click on the EMP table, get top 1000 rows option will be there. Get top 1000 rows. Top 1000 rows. Yeah. Now we're able to see the rows which are available in the EMP table. So this screen is more convenient than the editor what we have in the Azure. You can do both the ways. Whatever you feel convenient, you can use that one. I'm okay if you're using only the browser. If you want to go for SSMS also, I'm okay. Whatever you feel convenient, you can use that one. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Even some people will use one more option called as Azure Query Studio. Let us go for the next option. Go to my notes. Go to my notes. Go to the below. Lab 4 will be there. Yeah, there is one. Lab 4 is optional. I written. Already I given the 2 options, right? There is in this one I written optional. Login and work in Azure Data Studio tool. Azure Data Studio tool also similar to the SSMS. If you want to install, if you want to work with this one, first you have to install this tool in your laptop. Once you install this tool in your laptop, how you given an SSMS username, password, server name, similar to that one, inside this Azure Data Studio tool also, we have to provide it. Once you provide those things, then we are good to go and we'll be able to access all the tables. This is a one more tool. Now we have how many tools to play around our SQLs? One is in the browser itself, we have the query window. Second is SSMS. Third is Azure Data Studio tool. These are the 3 things what we have. Not only these 3 things actually, there are so many other tools also available. So many other tools also available, but as of now, I documented these are the 3 things. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now go to the Azure Data Factory. Now we are set up 2 things. One is storage account is ready. Second is one database also ready. Okay, and you can able to do now Azure Data Factory things. You have to do it. Azure Data Factory is a one more service. So I need to create that service first. Once I create a service, then I need to move on. Okay, click on the first page. Go to the first page. Now go to the home screen. This tool is not needed now. Go to the home screen. Yeah. Now we have here data factories. Click on the data factories. Right. Now, as of now, we don't have any data factories. Now click on here, create. Click on here, create. Yeah, create data factory. It's going to ask you as usual subscription and resource group. These two are common things for everyone. It's going to ask it. Then name also you can provide here RRITEC ADF, RRITEC ADF. Yeah. Now reason is East2S, version is V2. There are two versions are there in ADF, V1 and V2. The latest version is V2. Latest version is V2. Now there is a process of the Git configuration, meaning whatever you are using your material, our material is accessing from which portal? Our material you are accessing from which portal? GitHub only, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, whatever work you do here, everything you can able to store inside the GitHub automatically. That's where the second tab we have Git configuration. If you click on the Git configuration, go to the next. Yeah, this is a configure Git option is available. If you have the Git account, you can able to configure that one so that whatever work you do in ADF, automatically it will go into the GitHub. Everything whatever you do is a one JSON file, one JSON file. JavaScript object notation file. In that format only it is going to store over there. I will talk about this Git configuration later. As of now, we have here configure Git later is available, right? We'll keep like that. Once I explained about the GitHub portal, push commands, clone commands, merge commands, add commands, those all things once I explained, then I'll go for this one. As of now, nothing much you need to do here. Click on review and create. Click on review and create. Now it creates what is saying validation failed, request information is missing or invalid. Go to the basics tab, something is missing. The data factor name is already taken, choose a different name. Okay, that is already taken, it's saying. At the end, add the one. RRITEC ADF one. Yeah, that is enough. Click on review and create. Yeah. So the names are globally unique. Globally unique. Okay, go to the basics tab again, what is saying. Azure for students. Selected subscription cannot be used to purchase paid marketplace offers. Please choose another subscription or update this one to allow purchase. Learn more. Go down. Windows Virtual Desktop Production. Why you are not able to access Azure for students? Mhm. I'm not sure. The search, go to the search ones in the top. Just type over there data factory. Yeah, go to the data factories now under the services data factories. Okay. Click on the create. We are coming once again actually. Yeah, select the resource group as. Yeah, that's right. Nothing else much can be done over there. Give some name. ADF 1 or 2, something like that. Mhm. Saying as some reason you are not able to get it done. Mm, but Why so? I'm not sure actually. This is the problem of the licensing, nothing much.
Yeah. Sir.
Okay. So this is a problem of the licensing. You created this ID when?
Long back, sir, like 6-8 months back.
Okay. Then that maybe every 1 year we have to renewal also even that is there. Okay. And because of that also this might be happened. I'm not sure. Let me share my screen and show from here. Otherwise,
Okay.
you need to fix that one before tomorrow's class. Okay.
Yes, sir. If not, I'll create a new
Mm.
account and
Yeah. Anything works. Now you see here data factories we have. I'm trying to go for data factories. So all we are doing is click on the create. Then you are going to create like this one data factory, are able to create it. Nothing much. The moment you click on create, you are going to get this kind of component, you are going to create it. Do you require to create one more thing or can I use this one?
you can use this one.
You can use it, right? Okay. Now I'm trying to open this ITEC ADF. Then I'm minimizing this one data factories, I'm minimizing it. So I collapsed it. Then we have here ITEC ADF. Then we can notice here Azure Data Factory Studio, launch the studio. Everything work we are going to do using the studio. Now we are trying to click on here launch studio and more videos you want, material you want, anything, you can able to see quick starts, tutorials, template gallery, training modules, blah, 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 we have it. But we are not, we don't want this one, just follow my notes. My notes has most of the things to cover. But still, tomorrow, if you want something else, you can go for this help documents also, you can able to access it. Click on here, Launch Studio, then it's going to open one more browser. There you can able to see a couple of things. Now, it is opening now Azure Data Factory. Yeah, Azure Data Factory, it's opened. Now you can notice we have here left side menu bar. This is home, then author, then monitor, then manage, then learning center. We have these are the 5 things what we have. You have already one storage account. We have already one Azure SQL database. My ADF need to speak with the storage account. And also ADF need to speak with the Azure SQL database. If both need to speak means there should be some handshake, right?
Yeah.
That handshake is called as linked service. That handshake is called as linked service. If we go to the manage here, under connections, you see linked services. Linked service defines the connection information to a data store or a computing system. Our blob is a one data store. We created one storage account, one blob, inside the blob, one container, inside the container, one emp.txt file you created, right? That is a one blob. There is a one blob. That blob is also called as data store. Or you created just now 3 tables, EMP table, DEP tables, calculated inside the database. Okay, now each one is called as one data store. I want to communicate with those things I want to communicate it. If I want to communicate, then I need to first create some relations. How to create the relations is click on your new button, then you can able to create the linked service. The moment I click on the new, then it is asking here what type of data store you want, or you want to go for the computing engine. Computing engine may be down the line, you may be learning the data bricks. Down the line, you may be learning the machine learning, HD insights, Azure batch, Azure functions, those. I will explain some of things here. Don't worry. Time being, we are going with the data store. One of the data store you created that is called as blob, right? I'm trying to type here blob. The moment I type here blob, we are getting here Azure blob storage. This is the one of the stories what you created. Now my ADF data factory need to speak with the blob means I need to create the connection. That connection is called as what?
Linked service.
Linked service. So linked service is nothing but is a connection between your data store and ADF or a computing engine and ADF. Computing engine may be Azure Databricks, HD Insights, Azure Machine Learning, Azure account, batch account, like that. Now, as of now, I am going with the blob storage because we created the blob storage. I am going with that. Then it's asking, give me the linked service name. Any name you can provide it. I am providing here ls, then underscore. We are creating the linked service to the blob, so I am giving the blob. To identify your batch services clearly to me, I am providing a December, your batch is started, 2022, it started, something like this I am giving. So linked service to blob, and our batch is what? December 22 batch. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now I can go for in the bottom there you can see description, then connect via integration runtime IR. This is very important concept IR. The integration runtime or IR are three types. One is called as auto resolve integration runtime. Second is available self-hosted integration runtime, self-host. Third is called as SSIS integration runtime. When to go for what is, let us say auto resolve integration runtime is useful for Azure services, cloud services. Suppose you have the in your local private database is available. The private databases you have to access means you have to go for the self-hosted. In the MSBI is the one software. In that one we have SSIS. One ETL tool is available. Using that one, we created one ETL package, and that you want to run means you need to go for SSIS integration runtime. There are three integration runtimes are available. By default is auto resolve integration runtime. That one we are using it. I'll talk about remaining two things also whenever the time is came. As of now, this blob is Azure service, so Azure cloud service, so you can go and you can use auto resolve integration runtime. Now, authentication type is account key, and we have to provide here what is your Azure subscription. This is my Azure subscription, and storage account name is I can provide here. My storage account is RRITEC SA. I can use that RRITEC SA. Now, under RRITEC SA, then go and try to click here test connection. This is going to show you we are able to test it or not. In the bottom, if you get the successful means whatever I provide here information that is correct. Now you can notice what is this connection successful. Then click on here create. We are going to get our linked service. We are going to get it. Linked service is nothing but a connection between ADF and data store. ADF and data store. You can notice here data store. Down the line, the definition slightly may be changing. Linked service may be a connection between a compute engine and ADF based on what you are selecting here. It may be data store, it may be compute. Even our billing also, right? How it happens, the billing will happen based on how much data you're storing, how much you're running, That means RAMs usage, those all things will matters. Computing engines. Okay, I'll talk about this compute later. As of now, we are going with the data store. Our data store is blob to ADF. We are communicating using our linked service called as ls blob. December 2022 is our linked service. Type is equal to Azure blob storage. Similar to this one, I want one more linked service for the purpose of Azure SQL database, right?
Yes.
Now go and try to create here one more linked service for our SQL database. So we are trying to type here Azure SQL database. Then click on here continue. Now again it is asking the name of the linked service. I am providing a linked service. This is for Azure SQL DB, and we are creating this one December 2022. Then I provide something like that. Then we have to go here. Again, IR is what IR we have to use. Integration runtime is auto resolve. Why? Because this Azure SQL database also our cloud product or not. If it is a cloud, then we have to use here auto resolve integration runtime. If it is on premise, something is installed inside our laptop. Inside our laptop is installed something, then you have to use here self-hosted. Okay. Now, as of now, auto resolve integration runtime IR only we are using. Then we are going for the Azure subscription, Azure for students. Then it is asking the server name. The server name what I create is RITEC Azure SQL Server. Then database name is we have here RITEC Azure SQL.db. Then it is asking SQL authentication. I am providing SAADMIN, that is username, and password is RR capital IT is small, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can go and I can say as it click on test connection, we're able to test it. Okay, people, too much problems we have with our things means let me know. I can provide this my ID and my password also can able to provide it. Okay, this is I created for you people only. I can use give it, but you have to use very carefully how to use it. Right. Time being, we are trying to test this connection. So once it is everything is able to communicate, it is going to show you successfully connected. Testing the connection. It's taking some time. Maybe why it is take some time, your servers will be always in the sleep mode. Your servers will be always in the sleep mode. The moment 1 hour you are not utilizing it, the server will go into the sleep mode to reduce the amount what they're going to bill to you, right? That's how it will work. Now, first time we are clicking on test connection, it's failed means don't worry. We observe error message. Maybe it is not able to access the SQL server. See here, for server, it's saying as user check the link to service configuration correct and make sure. Please contact SQL Server team for further support for the server. Cannot connect to SQL database, it's saying, right? Why it is not able to connect is maybe it is there in the sleep mode. Again, click on the test connection. Then it first time whenever heated, right? It will go and try to hit that one. But in order to start that one, right, it will take some time. Let's say 1 minute or something. Within this 1 minute, this service will be timed out. Within the timeout of the time, it is not started means it's going to throw the error. Again, hit the test connection here, connection will be successful. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the auto pause. Auto pause option is available every 1 hour. Automatically, it will go into the server will be in the sleep mode. Again, any request is came to that. Again, it will come to the sleep mode to normal mode. To come sleep mode to normal mode, it will take certain time. In that certain time, your applications are timed out. It is going to throw the error as I'm not able to connect to the server. Don't worry about it. Again, you have to hit the test connection. Okay. Now click on here, create. Then we are going to get here one more linked service that is called as LS Azure SQL DB December 2022. We are going to get it. Wow, beautiful. Now my ADF able to communicate with blob storage as well as able to communicate with what? SQL database storage. Both the storages I'm able to communicate it. Now, once we are able to communicate it, then manage is okay. As of now, manage is okay. Now go to the next one that is called as author. Author is the main place where you are going to spend your most of the time. Now, in that one of the thing is available data sets. I'm also creating one folder for our batch. Let me create a folder for our batch and we'll do all the work inside this folder only. We are going to do it. Under data sets, we are creating one folder. I'm giving the name of this folder as, let us say, December 2022 is our folder name. Is it okay? Under this folder, as of now, nothing is there. Under this folder, again, I am trying to create here one folder, new subfolder I am creating with the name of source. Just for fun, I am creating like that. Then I am creating one more folder that is called as one more new subfolder. Then we are saying this as a target. Okay, just for organizing purpose, we are doing it directly. Also, you can able to put it here, but to understand these are the objects are what we are creating it. As of now, in your folder, are you seeing any objects?
No.
No, all are empty folders what we created. Now I want to create here source data set. I want to create it. The last class you have the emp.csv file is available inside our blob, right? That blob I want to access here. How we can access is go to this source three dots. There is an option called as new data set. I'm trying to create here one data set. Now click on the new data set. This new data set I want to create using what? Blob.
Blob.
And using this blob, you are creating it, and what type of file it is. Is it a Euro file, binary file, JSON file, Excel file, ARC file, XML file, Parquet file? What is the type of file it is asking? My type of file is delimited CSV file, so I am selecting here CSV file. Click on here, continue. Then it is asking what is the name of the data set. I am giving the data set name as, let's say, SRC. I meaning source it is underscore, it is a data set, so DS I am giving. Then it is a EMP, so I am giving as a EMP. Source data set EMP I am giving something like that. Linked service already you created just now. This is our linked service. LS blob December 2022. You know this LS blob December 22 is pointing to what? Blob it's pointing. As it's pointing to the blob, if you click on this browse, then it's going to take you to the blob. I have here in the blob RRA container is available. Inside the container, certain folders are there. I'm going for the source folder. Inside the source folder, we have one file. What is the file?
Employee.csv.
Yeah, this file
emp.
we yeah, this file we only uploaded in the last class into the blob, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now that one I am trying to access here. Now it's saying as file path is RIT container. The folder is source folder and it is emp.csv. That's how we have inside the storage account. If you want, you can go on, you can see inside the storage account how our storage account is available. I am going to the storage account. Let me open the portal. Then we have here storage accounts. In the storage accounts, RRTech SA is the one of the storage account. Inside the storage account, you see one container is available. That container is called as RRTech container. Inside the container, we have two folders. One of the folder is source folder. In that one, what is this? emp.csv is available. Inside this one, we have certain data is available. You can able to access this data. This data I want to use as a input for my ADF. This data I want to use as a input for my ADF. That is the reason I came to this location. Now we are able to point out to that location. We are able to point out. We want to play around this 15 records. I mean, there is one record is there. 14 records are available. With these 14 records, I want to play. So I am creating a data set. I am creating with that. And first row, you can notice here, first row as a header or not. You can notice first row. Is it header or data?
Header file. Header.
So we need to select the option here, first row as a header option, you have to select it. So that system will understand, okay, inside this emp.csv file, whatever we have the data, inside the data, we have the header as the first line. Now import schema is asking from connection or store, let it be like that. Then click on here, okay. Now we are able to create here one data set, we are able to create it. Now you can notice under December 2022, one is available, under source also one is available, that one is src dc underscore emp. To identify is it really working or not, there is a preview option also available. You can preview the data. You can notice in the bottom, what is this? Preview data. So that we come to understand I'm able to access this data or not. Click on the preview data. If everything is working fine, we'll able to see the data. Wow, beautiful. We are able to see the data. By default, it is going to show few records only. 10 records is showing here, not all the records. Tomorrow, whenever you are doing also, we are going to get few records only are going to get it. Am I clear? Okay. Now I'm trying to close this one. I'm also closing this data set. Before closing this data set, you can able to publish it. If you're not publishing means whatever work you are doing, that is going to be not saved. Okay, that's the reason we have to publish it. Click on here publish so that this object whatever you created src ds emp object is publishing. Click on this publish. Now it's going to show you this one whatever yellow color is available that will go off because we are publishing. The moment you published, this object one will not be there here. Now, once you published, if you want to close this window, you can able to close this. Now it's beautiful. You created now one data set you created. Similar to this one, we have to create here one more data set. I'm feeling like my target is I want to put this emp.csv data, whatever available. I want to push into the Azure SQL database. I want to push it. That is the reason I want to create as a one target also I want to create it. Now I'm trying to go for a target, then go for a new data set. Okay. Now we are going for here Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database. Let me select here Azure SQL database. Then click on here continue. Now, once you click on continue, it's asking the dataset name. I can provide here dataset name as I said already. I'm going to use this as a target purpose. And my target name is, for example, TEMP. My meaning is target EMP. My meaning is what? Target EMP. Is this table is available in the database with the same name? Is the table is available? As of now, this table is available?
Not available.
Not available. Okay. So even though table is not available, also is okay. We can able to create the linked service up to database will go and stop over there. Okay, now I am trying to create a linked service. I have a Azure SQL database linked service. It is expecting what is the table name, but as of now, there is no, I am expecting TEMP is the table name, what I am expecting. TEMP table name is not there. You can give any name actually. The TMP is not there. So I can go and I can decide the name now. Whenever I run it, then it's going to work. I mean to say, select your edit button. I want to create this one inside the schema called as DBO. I want the table name is called as TEMP. This table is not available. That is the reason if you say import schema means it is going to show error. Why? Because this DBO schema TEMP, this object is not there. If object is not there, how it can able to import it, right? Are you getting my point? Schema means what? Column names, data types, those all things. It's not able to import it. That's what is showing the error. Then select here none. As of now, I'm deciding the name only. In the runtime, we are going to create this table. We are going to create it. Select here none. Then click on here OK. Then everything will be set right. Now click on here publish here. Now click on here publish. Now you can notice we created here two data sets we created. One is source data set. One is target data set we created. As of now, this TEMP is available in our database. As of now, this TEMP is available in our database. No, if you want, I can connect to the SSMS and I can show it. I am going to the SSMS. I'm going to the SSMS. It is opening. So today you learned how to create the Azure SQL database and you learned about how to create the ADF. Then two linked services, two data sets we created. Now, what is our connection is ITEC Azure SQL Server is my connection. ITEC SQL Server or ITEC Azure SQL DB server. I think Azure server only. Okay. Let me confirm what is my server name. Go to the home. ITEC Azure SQL server. Okay, then it's correct. Then sign in. Now, if you see here, we are able to connect to the Azure SQL server. Inside this one, there are tables are available, but in that one, you will not see a table called as TEMP table. You are not able to see it. Once I create the ADF pipeline and I run it, then only it is going to create it. Are you seeing the TEMP here? Are you seeing a TMP? Are you seeing the table name as TMP?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, right? Where is that?
The target E. Okay. The TMP is
No,
not there.
I want TMP is my table name. TMP is not there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So TMP is not there. It is going to come whenever you run the pipeline. We are going to create the pipeline. In tomorrow's class, we are going to create it. Pipeline is a by using the source as input, this target as a output, we configure inside the pipeline and we'll run it. We run it, then whatever data available in the source is going to push into the target. From that point, we'll start tomorrow. So today, what are the things we covered? If you go and try to see this menu, we completed Azure SQL database, Azure Data Factory, linked service to Blob we completed, linked service to Azure SQL database we completed, data sets we created. So we created a data set for the Blob, we created one data set for the Azure SQL database also you created, two data sets you created. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Linked service, okay. Then data sets. This is a blob one. Then one more data set we're creating here. This is for the Azure SQL. Okay, both are covered. So you can follow these notes and complete this one. Tomorrow I'll go with the pipeline. Thank you. The pipeline is to move from blob to Azure SQL database. Thank you.